Are you looking for the best gaming graphics cards? In this video we will look at some of the 3 best gaming graphics cards on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Nvidia GeForce RTX 5070. The GeForce RTX 5070 has plenty going for it. It's up to 20% faster than the prior generation RTX 4070, for the same nominal $549 asking price. If you can find it that cheap, you're not likely to do much better right now. The problem is that retail pricing and availability have been nothing like Nvidia's MSRP on most of the Blackwell RTX 50 series GPUs, but this one definitely looks to be the most available option at present. We've seen a few 5070 cards go in and out of stock at $600 to $650 over the past couple of weeks, which is only $50 to $100 more than the base suggested pricing. Right now, we're tracking this MSI Ventus 3X at Newegg for $599, or there's even an MSI Shadow 2X OC Direct from MSI for $549, which has shockingly been available for several hours now. Maybe we're finally seeing sufficient inventory of the 5070. Considering brand new 4070 and 4070 supercards are basically gone, prices start at over $800, and there aren't any competing GPUs available with clearly better performance with a lower price. That makes the RTX 5070 the best graphics card right now, with the usual caveats concerning whatever price you can actually find. The most direct competition comes from AMD's Radeon RX 9070, our second pick. It has the same nominal $549 base MSRP, but current prices start at around $669. That's 12% more money, for 33% more VRAM, but in our testing the 9070 is only 7% faster at 1440p Ultra, and 3% faster at 1080p. There's not even much equivocation about Nvidia having faster ray tracing this round, thanks to improvements in AMD's RDNA 4 chips, though full RT games do still favor Nvidia hardware, and DLSS quality and support remain better. $600 or more used to be the realm of high-end GPUs, but these days it's more of a mainstream price point for graphics cards. Nvidia and AMD have really stretched out the range of performance you can find. The RTX 3090, for example, was only about 37% faster than the RTX 3070 while costing 3 times as much back in early 2021, and we'll just ignore the real-world pricing that was going on during those dark days. The RTX 4090 was basically twice as fast as the RTX 4070, still for triple the price. Today, the RTX 5090 continues the trend and effectively doubles the performance of the 5070 for more than triple the price. If $600 or $650 $700 is too rich for your gaming blood, we've got a bunch of more reasonably priced GPUs listed below. Several are overpriced compared to last year, but outside of our top 2 picks, the current GPU climate consists of lots of overpriced cards. Check some of our other picks if you're after something that will suffice until prices come down, assuming they do, which might be wishful thinking at this point. Number 2. Nvidia GeForce RTX 4060. The GeForce RTX 4060 now approaches its 2-year anniversary, and it was never one of our favorite GPUs. After an impressive RTX 3060 12GB solution, we hoped that would continue as the future minimum, and then Nvidia decided 8GB was enough for a budget GPU and even came out with a cut-down RTX 3060 8GB. And 8GB of VRAM sort of kind of is workable, to be fair. Most games will run decently at 1080p with a blend of high to ultra settings, but there are definitely titles where you'll need to reduce the settings to keep from exceeding the 4060's VRAM. DLSS upscaling works great at least, while FrameGen can increase the VRAM load and at times ends up failing to run well on the budget ADA solution. Compared to Intel's Arc B580 above, the lack of VRAM is the biggest issue, but the 4060 continues to be more efficient, and it's often available for a slightly lower price. You also get Nvidia's generally better driver support, DLSS, and other extras, and performance at 1080p is basically tied. As long as the 4060 costs closer to $300 or less and remains available, it's worth a look in the current market conditions. We'll have to wait and see where the rumored RTX 5060 lands in pricing and performance later this year. AMD's direct competition would be the RX 7600 XT, except pricing and availability for that card have become problematic, with prices of $420 or more. The 4060 easily beats the lesser RX 7600 by 40 to 50% and is still slightly faster than the more expensive 7600 XT at 1440p and 1080p. That's not a resounding endorsement, but right now this might be the best of the worst for Nvidia GPU deals. Number 3. AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT. We picked the AMD Radeon RX 9070 as our second overall choice, mostly because its real-world pricing, in the US, is much better than the RX 9070 XT. AMD gave MSRPs of $549 and $599 at launch, where the 9% increase in price would come with a 15% improvement in performance. Retail pricing right now puts the two GPUs at $669 and $849, however, a 27% price increase for the same 15% performance boost. But prices can and will continue to change, and if the 9070 XT can get below $750, it would be the better pick again. As above, the RDNA 4 GPU architecture greatly improves AMD's competitive positioning. The RX 9070 XT beat the RTX 5070 by 24% in our testing, and it was only 4% behind the more expensive RTX 5070 Ti. Granted, Nvidia still does better in heavy ray tracing games, and its DLSS upscaling and frame generation technologies are also superior. Are they worth the additional $100 or more, though? That's a more difficult call and will depend in particular on individual feelings about upscaling, frame gen, and proprietary software solutions. Pricing may be better on the 9070 XT in non-US markets as well, so if there's less than a 15% difference in price between the vanilla 9070 and the 9070 XT, we'd again opt for the faster GPU. That explains why demand remains higher for AMD's top RDNA 4 solution, and questions of long-term supply and availability remain. AMD apparently sold through about 3 or 4 months of inventory stockpiling in short order when the GPUs launched on March 6. The best price we've found, recently, for the RX 9070 XT is $789 at Newegg, which is now sold out. There's an $849 third-party listing on Amazon, or you can wait and see if prices come down from there. With the impending tariffs and continued supply shortages, it's still not clear where exactly retail prices will settle.